All right, guys, welcome to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. I'm Steven Gonzalez, filling in for Caleb, and we're here today with one of our, I'd like to say, kind of resident guests. She's been with us many times, Miss Michelle Hall. Michelle, why don't you let everyone know who you're here with, and then we'll get into kind of the different, you got a couple of different events for us to talk about today.
I do. I'm the executive director of the Victoria Symphony, and we have two events this week, and it's our final events of our season, our 49th year. So on Thursday, April 27th, we have our annual Downtown Rhythms concert, and we've had this event for over 20 years. We're really excited because it's an opportunity where we invite student ensembles to perform, and then we have also ensembles from the Victoria Symphony that play.
Awesome.
And it's a family affair. It introduces them to the concert experience, but with their picnic baskets and their kids running around the grass. We have food trucks, we have activities. The student ensembles that are performing, we have the O'Connor Elementary Guitar Ensemble, so that should be darling to have those elementary students playing guitar. Okay. I know, right?
That's good. They got a head start on me for sure.
Do.
That's awesome, though.
Then the Nazareth Academy, and there's a Victoria Homeschool that have put a band together, so they're bringing their entire band.
Nice.
I think
is that like a brass and orchestral type band?
Yeah,
or is
like
that
a traditional band class.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what they'll be bringing. And then we have two ensembles from the symphony. We have a cellist, and her name is Jen Mulhern, but she goes by Genuine Cello because she tours and performs publicly. And then the Victoria Symphony Brass Quintet. And then we're closing the show. The past couple of years since COVID, we've been closing our concerts with a local band.
Okay.
And so for this year, we have Stephanie Ross and the Southern Drive Band.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I think everyone in Victoria knows Stephanie, and that's a great band. So let's back up a little bit.
Okay.
Because I know most people know you, but some may not know a whole lot about Victoria Symphony. So can you give us just a quick overview of what all the Victoria Symphony does, a little bit about the organization as a whole?
Sure, I'll be happy to, and I appreciate that opportunity. Yeah. Like I mentioned before, we're in our 49th year. We were founded by a faculty member at U of H, V. And so in addition to producing your traditional concert experience in the hall with the orchestra on stage, the concertmaster, there are lots of other activities that we engage in. A lot of it is based around education. Mm-hmm. So we're partnering with Victoria College right now on a group called Crossroads Strings. So it gives people, young people, the opportunity to play in a professional type setting, or people like myself who aren't qualified to play on the orchestra professionally but still like to play their instrument. They can do that in Crossroads Strings. We have something that's very popular and fills up the calendar quickly. It's called an instrument petting zoo. And our Director of Education, Catherine Myers, you can contact her, or your school can contact her, and she will bring all of the instruments of the orchestra to your school and do a presentation. It can go from little tots, the 18-month-old class she just did at a day school yesterday, all the way through to a middle school level. And we also have the petting zoo at our Downtown Rhythms event, and it gives people the opportunity to try out the instruments that they see on stage.
Oh, that's awesome.
We also offer master classes. The maestro goes into the classroom. Private, we have all kinds of amazing things.
That's great. I remember being in elementary, growing up, and the junior high band directors coming to our school and showing us instruments for those who may be interested in band and that kind of thing, and that was really cool. But I think for them it was more like, hey, we need to fill some spots.
Yes.
So let's find some kids, and so it was like, we do want to know what you're interested in, but we also know we need X amount of trumpets, X amount of trombones, and so I think there's some of that. I think this is really cool because it seems like it's a little bit less of that like pressure to fill spots and more of like, hey, we want to enrich and show you some things and maybe find an interest people have and young people have in instruments.
And it's interesting that you said that because we actually had a student approach us. She was a senior in high school last year at Downtown Rhythms. And she came to our booth and said, I want to tell you that when I was in 5th grade and I went to see Peter and the Wolf, I heard the French horn for the first time. And this year I'm graduating and going to college to play French horn.
Wow.
And she was inspired by her attendance at Peter and the Wolf that we presented when she was in 5th grade.
Wow. That's awesome.
So, we're creating future musicians or future patrons.
Absolutely. Okay, great. So let's talk about this other event we've got going on.
Sure. Following Downtown Rhythms, which I don't know if I mentioned, it's free downtown, Deleon Plaza, food trucks, live music.
Right.
We then have our final concert of our 49th season, and that is going to be Saturday, April 29th at 7:30 at the Victoria Fine Arts Center. And we're presenting Gershwin's Hits.
Okay.
And so we're doing the very famous Rhapsody in Blue. We have an artist coming in from England, actually, flying on Wednesday to perform that piece. We're also doing an American in Paris, and then we're closing with Brahms Symphony. Very,
awesome.
During that time was a huge impact on the symphonic world in Brahms. So again, I would encourage people to check it out because they'll hear familiar, and the live concert experience is quite powerful.
Right, and this is the professional. We got the professionals playing, and like you said, someone coming from London. I mean, this is like high level. You want to see
right
a high
here
level
in Victoria,
performance right here in Victoria,
right?
And y'all did it, yeah.
I mean, you can come comfortably. We encourage people. You can wear jeans, just come and enjoy the concert experience. It really is. It's a great date night.
Yeah.
So
awesome. That's exciting. I mean, we're looking at this. And I was just like, man, this guy looks really young. And and then even one of our guys was talking. You said the name, and he's like, he's coming. Can I get tickets? Like, yes. So I mean, some of us may be like, oh, I don't know what this is, but it clearly, I mean, a lot of people will know about this. And so, is this something you think is gonna like kind of sell out? Where if you want to get tickets, you need to get them beforehand, or
the
just show
hall
up at
has
the door?
a pretty big seating, so I don't feel like we'll sell out. But if you want a great seat, you should probably go ahead and get it.
Okay.
This whole season has been a very tremendously successful season for us.
Good.
And so we're confident that we'll have great attendance to this one as well. It won't be an exception to the whole season.
Perfect. So they can go to victoriasymphony.com to pick up those tickets. Is that the best way to get them?
Sure, that's the quickest. You know, everybody does everything on their phones or whatever.
Awesome.
But they can also feel free to come to our office, which is located at 405 East Loma Vista. It's a gray house between Red River and Airline on Navarro. Or at the box office the night of the performance, and the box office opens at 6:30.
Perfect. So that's Saturday, April 29th, 7:30 p.m., Victoria Fine Arts Center. Get their tickets at the door, get them ahead of time if they want to kind of really be able to pick maybe where they want to be and get really good close-up seats at victoriasymphony.com. But then just a couple days before that is the free event, and that is downtown Deleon Plaza.
Correct.
Yeah, 5:30 to 8:30, which is cool. You can just kind of have like a whole weekend of
and you come and go,
music.
whatever you want to do. Yep.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else that we didn't cover that you want to get out there?
No, I think we covered the upcoming events, and then we're already working furiously on our 50th anniversary season. So season ticket renewals just went out to our subscribers, and then tickets to the public, if they would like a subscription to the whole season, will be available in the summer.
Awesome. So 50, is that going to be like a big, like
it's a big deal, yes. We've got some great artists scheduled and some special events to go along with it. So we're looking forward to celebrating that milestone.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming. Look forward to seeing these events happen, and just you guys continue to come and continue to succeed and grow. I think it's great what you're doing. Just keeping that the music and the arts of music and even traditional type music, keeping that in young people's lives. I think that's awesome. So thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
Guys, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Awesome. Looks like my Chick-fil-A delivery has arrived. Guys, I'm gonna dig into this, but don't forget this is only available for a limited time, so get yours ordered today.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Victoria Event Show with Caleb Shaw. I am Steven Gonzalez, filling in for Caleb Shaw, and we've got another one of our favorite guests here today, Mr. James Kurth. Why don't you introduce yourself and just kind of give us an overview of who you're here with today?
Okay, yeah, my name's James Kurth. Like you said, I'm here today with the American Legion, Post 166 of Victoria, Texas. Here to talk about an event we have coming up.
Great, awesome. Before we get to the event, can you give us a little bit of an overview of who the American Legion is, and then what you guys do, maybe as a whole, but then also here locally in Victoria?
Okay, great. Yeah, great question. So the American Legion was founded after World War I, 104 years ago, to support veterans and deal with issues that were coming up, after war. And over the years, quick backstory, the American Legion has lobbied with Congress to get things like the GI Bill, home loans, and things like that. And then at the local level, we support projects and programs like Boys State and Girls State. We'll select certain boys and girls their junior year and send them up to Austin and Texas Lutheran College to learn what is government and how does government work, and they get to role play, fictitious parties like Democrat, Republican, and make up stuff, and how to pass bills, how to run a campaign, how to get elected. So we teach them Americanism and how our government works, and hopefully make good citizens out of them.
Kind of like model UN, but on the U.S. government level.
Yes, exactly,
cool.
and get to act in those parts. So it really resonates when you go through and act those parts, for a lifetime. And other programs, we have scholarships for students. So usually a lot of those alumni may get selected for a scholarship if they apply. And now we're going to be offering scholarships for our members' children going forward too, and even technical schools, things like that. Not just four-year universities, but other programs. Law Officer of the Year, EMT of the Year. We help partner with those agencies and recognize them and thank them for their service as well. Just a lot of little things. I mean, our hands are in so many different.
So, and I mean, it's a veteran organization, but your guys' reach seems like you're not just focusing only on veterans. I mean, you're students, obviously, and they have scholarship opportunities. They have opportunities to do things, learn more about the government. So it's just kind of like, I guess you guys are really just, want to support veterans, but also support the community.
Right. We're here to continue to serve. And this gives us a reason and a purpose to continue to serve, even after we take off the uniform.
Right. That's awesome. So talk to me about this specific event you have coming up.
So on April 29th, here next Saturday, is one coming up. We have an event called American Legion Family Day.
All right.
And every American Legion across the country should be adopting this program as put out by our national commander. And the intent is really they want to put it on the top shelf. The number one objective is we've got to address veteran suicide. The 22 a day number that they always talk about, it's really unchanging. So number one priority this year moving forward for the American Legion, from our perspective, is to address that. Is this the answer? Right. We're going to have resources available. There's no cookie cutter answer for one single person's situation. Everybody is affected by trauma in different ways. And so we're going to have resources that are from the community or community partners. Maybe this one works for you. Maybe this one works for you. Just you decide. We'll make the available resources, but we're also going to make it lighthearted and fun. We'll have bounce houses. We'll have DIY projects sponsored by Home Depot where they can come with their family. It's not just to sit there and go, man, we got to deal with it. No, let's come together as a community, as friends and as comrades, and just make those connections. It's a networking opportunity to connect with other veterans and other patriots. Right. We invite the community to come be a part of it, and just it's going to be fun. We're going to have hot dogs and a lot of different things available.
Yeah, and like you said, it's we want to bring awareness to this. We want to address it, but that doesn't necessarily mean. So we're going to sit around and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to ask you, hey, are you thinking of this? But sometimes just saying we're aware of this, and so in turn, what are we doing? We're going to create community. Right. We're going to create opportunities for people to gather, for people to talk, to know that they have people that are there for them, support them, people to reach out to, because you don't know who that might end up being. And even people who, are struggling down that road, at some point they had no idea that that's where they were, but maybe there was just something missing. So they're looking for community. You guys are providing that, creating that place of community. I think that's great. So that's April 29th. 1402 East Santa Rosa Street. Is that y'all's post location?
It is, actually. Okay. That's where we have our meetings and activities. I mean, we rent the hall for events as well and things like that. We have the American Legion Riders are stationed out of there, if you will, as well. Awesome. That's the motorcycle group of the Legion, if you will. Working on recruitment for our Sons of the American Legion. If your father or grandfather was a veteran, but you're not, you can be part of that organization as well.
That's great.
Through that mechanism.
Yeah, and this is free for people to attend.
Yes, absolutely.
Open to the community.
It is.
Just come. Yeah. Have a good time. Right. Get a bite to eat. Just talk. Play some games.
Yeah.
And just.
And speaking of games, we got Victoria Parks and Rec is sponsoring us with their mobile playground.
Oh, awesome.
So that'll be out there.
Yeah.
Available too. That'll be a lot of fun.
I've seen that before. Some events downtown. They have like the big, huge Connect 4 things.
Right.
Like, I don't know what it is. It's like take any tabletop game and just make it massive, and it's just like 10 times cooler. Like, that's so cool. I'm like, I need that.
Right.
Jenga, when the blocks are like as big as me, sounds like so much fun.
This Zynga game might kill me, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, man, thanks for coming on. Thanks for all you do in the community. Thank you for your service, and thank you for continuing to serve. I think that's huge that you recognize it was your heart to serve that, and for so many that led them into the armed forces, and then to continue that on, So
a lot of them, they kind of lose their way after they lose that connection, that family unit, or somebody telling them what they need to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need a little older, a more experienced person to help. Hey, man, let me help you out. Give me some advice if you want it, if you're willing to accept it.
Well, man, thanks for coming on the show. Guys, make sure you are there. And if you can't be there, just reach out, find a way to support organizations like this that are supporting others in our community. We're going to take a real quick break, and we'll be back with another guest.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that says something about who Wallach & Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
All right, guys, welcome back to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. I am not Caleb Shaw. I am Steven Gonzalez, filling in for Caleb today. We give him one day off a year, and so this is his day off. But I am here with a group of guests that we haven't had here on our show today. So real quick, I'm going to go down the line, have y'all introduce yourselves, and then we'll talk a little bit about why you're here.
Okay, I'm Zabri. I'm Monica.
I'm Jacob.
Awesome, man. So you're here with Jacob with Nightmare Striking Academy. So give me a little bit of overview of what that is and what you do.
Yes, sir. So Nightmare Striking Academy is a mixed martial arts gym. We specialize in kickboxing. We have grappling classes as well as mixed martial arts classes for all ages 5 and up. We have members as old as like 63. So
nice.
Yeah, and then these are some of our fighters that are going to be competing coming up here pretty soon.
Awesome. That's really cool. So what is the event that we're promoting here today?
Yeah, so Texas Clash Promotions is coming in. These two ladies are going to be making their kickboxing debuts on the Texas Clash Promotion. It's a hybrid event, so they're going to have MMA fights as well as kickboxing fights on that card.
Cool. Okay, because usually it's one or the other.
Yeah.
MMA. So y'all got what, like 10-ounce, 12-ounce gloves?
Yeah, 10-ounce gloves, yes,
nice.
sir.
Awesome. So that's really cool. So what got y'all started into kickboxing?
I would say it was my grandpa.
Okay.
It's just always been in me to fight.
Yeah. Was he a boxer, fighter, or he was just like, hey, you need to do something. You want to fight? You can put some gloves on. Kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of, pretty much.
All right. What about you?
For me, it really wasn't anything specific. It was just my dad's friend my dad's friend's daughter was in it, and he like kind of suggested it to me, and I just joined.
Awesome. So how long have y'all been training and fighting?
I've been training since I was 7, so 10 years.
Okay.
For me, it was since I was 12.
Okay. So be nice to y'all is what you're saying.
Yes.
Y'all are new. Okay, I got you. I think that's great though. I mean, so many people can just get on so many different reasons for doing this, but I think it's great you build some confidence. I have a daughter who's young, and so I've always tell her like, hey, I want to teach you some stuff because I think everyone should be able to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Just have confidence that, hey, if something happens in any situation, I'm not looking for trouble, right?
Yeah.
We're not looking for trouble?
No.
Okay. But like, you have that confidence of like, hey, I'm going to be okay. Like, I'm not going to be at someone else's mercy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure that's some of the things that you teach and instill in
Yeah,
your-
absolutely. Confidence, self-defense, all those different aspects of it. In school, you learn how to read, you learn how to write, you learn science,
Right.
math. I think that basic self-defense is something that everybody should know how to do, whether you want to compete or not, just being able to defend yourself.
And that's what I was going to ask too. I mean, you have an academy, but how many of those people are like, they're actively competing and stuff, and how many is it just like, maybe I want to be in shape, or, I mean...
Man, honestly, like, probably we only have 5 to 10 fighters at our school, but we have 120 students.
Wow.
So we have people from all walks of life. Some people come in just want to get in great shape. Some people want to learn how to defend themselves. Some people want to fight. And then we even have people that come in just because they want a stress reliever, something to get away from the work life kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
You
sir.
get old guys that are like, okay, I want to feel young still.
Yeah.
So I want to go do something. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. That's totally cool. So Texas Clash, is that like a larger promotion that is coming here to Victoria, or is that something that you've put together?
No, they're in the south region of Texas. They do events anywhere from Austin, San Antonio, Victoria, Corpus. They kind of bounce around, but they're a pretty big promotion on the rise. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Okay, so that's going to be April 29th at the Victoria Community Center, 6 p.m. How do they get tickets? Is it at the door, or do they do that beforehand?
They will have tickets at the door. We have tickets at our academy if you guys would like to come. They're $45 for general admission. I believe they still have some tables available for $600. You get right next to the ringside. It seats 10 people. If you guys are interested, swing by the academy, Nightmare Striking Academy, 1411 East Airline. We have tickets available for everybody.
Okay, great, man. And then for y'all, okay, this is a kickboxing event for both of y'all, right?
Yes.
Is that what you primarily focus on, or y'all do like MMA too, but you just want to compete on this?
I think we're starting off kickboxing, but we're just gonna find our way
Sure.
up.
Yeah.
It's like MMA.
Cool. Awesome. Are there any maybe like higher level professional fighters y'all kind of look up to, maybe inspire, or like kind of form your style?
I would say Stamp from
Okay.
Fairtex. I love the way she fights.
I don't really have one.
No, you're just like, I'm just doing this, right?
Yeah.
She could say me, but I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, right? That's awesome. Well, guys, thanks so much for coming on. This is really exciting. I think that's awesome. Y'all keep it up. Keep up the good work. And yeah, April 29th, Victoria Community Center, 6 p.m. Show up at the door, get tickets, or go to Nightmare Striking Academy. And then if you are someone yourself that wants to learn how to defend themselves, just get in some better shape, do something. Sometimes going to the gym can get monotonous,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like I'm tired of just like my gym's running out of weights for me. So
Yeah.
I'm just tired of throwing all these weights up and do something different, right?
Yeah.
So they can come by, get a membership, talk to you.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, awesome. And then kids too. You
Yeah,
work with
ages
kids?
5 to 12 is our kids' ages, and then 13 plus is our adults' ages.
Awesome, man. That's so cool. I love seeing stuff like this in the community and just seeing a variety of that. I think we've got a really good kind of martial arts culture going on in Victoria, where there's a lot of variety now. I mean, years past it was kind of like
Yeah.
you did one thing or you didn't do anything, and now
Yeah.
it's like there's a lot of options, which is cool. I think we need that. So
Yes, sir, for
that's
sure.
awesome. Thanks all for coming on, and wish y'all the best. Man, I might try to swing by and see this, because like y'all seem so nice, but I know there's another side that you're like,
you have no idea.
Yeah, she's smart. She knows. She's like, dude, just stop. That's awesome. Yeah, support them. I think this is great what they're doing, and go check that fight out. And we got one more guest, and we'll be right back.
What's up, guys? John from the Chopping Block. I liked a lot of air fryer videos, so figured we'd get you a new one. Being that summer's coming up, kids want an easy dinner idea. Kids want to do something easy at home. Well, let's introduce them to our Bell and Evans chicken nuggets. Get your handy-dandy air fryer. We're gonna set that at $400. Chicken nuggies all in there. Here, get all around them. Fry them up real nice like. Is that fast? 6 minutes. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. So we did 6 minutes on one side at 400. We flipped them. Another 6 minutes at 400. These suckers are ready to roll.
All right, guys, welcome back to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. I am Steven Gonzalez filling in for Caleb, but don't worry, if you need your Caleb fix, go download the South Texas TV app on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV, and you can check out every single thing that Caleb has ever done, every Meet Victoria, every Victoria events, even our new show, Texas Road Trip, and a lot of other content too, so it's not just all Caleb. But until then, you're here with me, and I am here with one of our very special and favorite guest, Miss Carissa Winters. Carissa, thanks for coming on today. Why don't you let those who don't know who you're here with, and then we'll talk about the event you got coming up.
Yes, hi everybody. I'm so glad to be here. Awesome to have you.
Yeah.
It's so awesome to see you doing this. So yeah, I'm with Innovation Collective, and we do a lot to connect the community, build community from the ground up. We do a lot of different programming and events to keep people learning and growing in our community. And it's just been really great to see all the connectivity, people becoming more successful, people meeting people to help them along their journey, and also having the pathways to help them do so. And we have a really big event coming up, which is our Think Big Festival. So this is April 27th, 28th, and 29th. We have so many different good things going on. We're flying in speakers from all over that are the top of their field. We have the lady that was the head of Beats by Dre, and we have everything in between, from feeding the future to robotics to something for everybody. And that's what I love about it. It's not just one speaker in one box of one industry. It's a lot of different people coming in. So there's those nuggets of knowledge you can take away and you can implement into anything in your life. You don't have to be starting a business or wanting to do something like that. You can just be somebody in the community who wants to learn more and have a growth mindset and have takeaways with you.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I think a lot of times we think that to go to big things, we have to go to a big city.
Yep.
And you can, right? There's stuff like this that happens in big cities and all the festivals and all that. But sometimes you go to a big place, a big town, a big city, and you're just one of many there.
A whole bunch.
But what's cool about bringing these things here is you're Steven, you're Carissa, you're a friend. It's easy to connect people with access maybe they wouldn't have, right? So we have these like large time people that have done some really big things, and they're coming down here, and then it's what I've noticed from the different events from Innovation is like they're very intimate settings where like you get to have conversations with these people. Like we had those guys, the brothers that were here not too long ago. And like they were so cool to hear their story and the stuff that they were doing. I'm looking at them, like half of them are younger than me, and I'm like, you did what already?
I know, I'm like, wait, how old did you say you were?
But it was cool to be able to then talk to them.
Yes.
Like they're just hanging out with people on you're not just seeing them on a big stage, you're actually able to talk to them, hear their story, learn from them,
they're accessible.
Get their advice. Yeah, and so I think that is really cool. So what would you say is like the age range or group? Like who is Think Big Festival for? Is this for the business owner? Is this for the student? Is this for the parent?
This is for everybody. I mean, one of the events I really want to talk about too is our Tech Carnival. That's going to be on Friday, April 28th. And what's so great about that is that we actually have all kinds of different vendors, and by vendors I mean people showing off things they've created. Everything from UHV to Victoria College to the YMCA Steam Bus to people who've actually invented things right here in our community. Wow. We actually have someone who invented something and it's doing so well they're actually getting a lab in UHV.
Wow.
We also have someone who's invented something that they're implementing that's going to change the lives of people around the world. We have something for everybody there, and we also have face painting, cotton candy, food. It's a festival. We have music, and so literally something for everybody, and it's free to attend. We have a beer garden with free beer. Okay. So I mean, it's something for everyone. And on Saturday, the next day from 1 to 5 is when we have that speaker series. And why this is so important for people to know about is, like you said, the accessibility. This isn't people like, hi, my name is, and I did these things, and love me, adore me. It's like, hey, I did these things, let me help you learn, let me help you connect. What's your name? Let's actually chat. Right. So it's about that connectivity that you don't have to go out of town. We're bringing this to you to create this opportunity for you to grow and for you to make these connections that are really valuable. I tell everybody that, like, if I could tell younger me something, or even me right now that I remind myself, is connect, 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 because you never know what doors that'll open, not only for you, but maybe a friend or a family member. And if you talk to people, then they know what you're working on. They know what your dreams are. If you don't, then they're not going to go anywhere. Yeah. So that's what I love about this. It's setting the dinner table right, and we all have a seat at the table, and we all have a place, and we all bring value. And so I think once we start to realize that and connect, it's really special. And just as community members talking to each other, we're all in our own little silos and bubbles because we're busy. We work, we have kids possibly, we're tired, we pass each other in HEB, we might be like, hi, see each other at an event, have small talk. But do we really know, like, what's your dream? What are you working on? Like, what do you wish you were doing? Or how can I help you? You know, we used to borrow sugar from each other, like neighbors. Now you're afraid to go neighbor. You're on the ring cam, like, hey, you know. So I think it's about changing that dynamic and really connecting, because that is the most beautiful thing in Victoria. I've noticed when people know about a situation or something happening with a community member, they jump into action. and they help each other. So that's kind of what I love about this. It's creating that grouping of people to really talk to each other, connect, and to become successful together. There's nothing better than seeing each other become successful.
Yeah, and that's, I can tell you firsthand, what I've seen is, if anything, you have done a great job of connecting people.
Thank you.
I can tell, you have an obvious heart for people, so that's a huge thing. So thank you for doing that, for being that kind of bridge for a lot of different people in the community. I think it's really sparked something where people are opening up, like you said, where instead of kind of being on our own and kind of isolated, and it's scary to kind of get your thoughts out there, and it's scary to kind of get your ideas, or even you're like, hey, I'm struggling with something. But when you find out that there's some people that you can be safe to express that stuff to, that's a big thing. And so y'all are doing a great job of that. And then this event now is part of this is ticketed, correct?
Yes. So that is actually going to be the summit, the speaker series. And so if you want a ticket to that, please reach out to me, carissa@innovationcollective.co, or message me on the Victoria Facebook group, Innovation Collective Victoria. And don't let money stop you. You know, we do have scholarships for tickets, so they're $45. If you can't pay that, let me know. We're not going to let that be a roadblock for you attending. This is for the community. We do this to help the community grow and become better. And when you're talking about bridging the gap, and I really appreciate that, thank you for your kind words, but the coolest part is seeing other people become those bridges and extending their help to others and their knowledge. And that's been the coolest part, is seeing other people start to be catalysts and help others. And that's what I've been the most excited about. So
cool. So Thursday the 27th, downtown, they show up.
Yeah, so that's just basically at 120 Main, a mingle and meet kind of thing. It's in our pop-up den, so that's really cool, where you get to come meet the speakers and things like that. If you're interested in attending that, once again, that's one of our private member events, so please message me. I never want someone not to be able to attend that. And then our early morning Friday activity, that once again is an invite private event. That's our think tank, where we really discuss things going on in the community and how we can grow together in a better direction and what we're all thinking of, and we can kind of brainstorm, kind of creating a formula, you know, on chalkboard, how you see.
Yeah, awesome. Well, this is going to be a great event, I'm sure of that. And then what's also great about it is that y'all are constantly doing events.
Always.
So if you can be there for some or all of this, for sure, you're going to learn some things. You're going to hopefully be inspired by some things. You'll definitely connect and get to talk with people. Like everyone has always been friendly at your events that you've put on. And I think that's a culture
big thing. It is.
Where you start and create that culture top down. And so it's really, like you said, it's seeped through to others as well. They're kind of taking y'all's lead on that. And so that's great. And if you can't, man, just get connected to that Facebook group, because y'all always have things going on.
Yes,
There's
our Eventbrite, you know, there's always, like you're right, there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. We're going, and you know, it's growing more and more, and just seeing those success stories. I mean, if you look at our Facebook, you can see a lot about what's going on, and it kind of tells a narrative to our story about where we were and where we're going as a community.
Great. Well, awesome, guys. Think Big Festival this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, downtown, kind of centered around 120 South Main. Trust me, you're going to see what's going on down there. So just get downtown and get in there, and we will see you. We've got one more guest. It's our meal of the week, so we'll be right back.
I'm David Murphy with Chick-fil-A Victoria. Chick-fil-A made its debut in Victoria, Texas way back in 1980 with our first restaurant in Victoria Mall. 20 years later, our first freestanding location opened at Whispering Creek. Fast forward another 20 years and our licensed location opened inside the UHV University Commons. Next is our biggest endeavor yet, a massive new restaurant taking up an entire city block on Rio Grande. When it opens, we will have grown our Chick-fil-A Victoria family from 20 team members back in 1980 to more than 250 dedicated and caring people who are proud to serve our guests and community by building lasting relationships and creating unforgettable experiences. It is our pleasure to serve you, Victoria.
All right, guys, welcome back. We are here with our meal of the week with John from the Chopping Block. My brother, no delay. What did you bring us today?
Man, so I did some of our Bernie steak bites in our black pepper garlic sauce and some of our black pepper garlic skewers. It's got our steak trim with bell peppers. I can't talk this morning. I'm sorry. Bell peppers and red onions.
Awesome. Now, I've seen something like this at the store, because I'm there pretty regularly.
You're there a lot.
Yeah, I'm there a lot. And so is this like they get this and they can throw it, or you kind of put your own sauce on there, they do your own thing? Or
we've got them plain. If you need them sauced, we can sauce them. We can season them for you. These were literally 10 minutes in the air fryer, and they're ready to go.
Awesome. Let's give it a try, man.
I haven't eaten breakfast.
Me neither. And this is now going to be my breakfast. This is, man, I'm a simple palate guy, but dude, this is amazing. Guys, get to the chopping block, grab some of these skewers. I can tell you from experience, if you don't know what you want, just ask any of the guys there, tell them what you want to do. They will help you out. Make sure you know how to do it. And yeah, this is awesome, man. We're going to chow down. You guys, we'll see you at the next one. Peace.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. Make sure you comment down below, like the post, share the post. It really helps the algorithms. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And if you have an event coming on you want featured on Victoria Events, shoot us a message. We'd love to help you get the word out there. Lastly, make sure you support our sponsors. We could not do this show without them, so we're very grateful. Thanks so much, Victoria, and we'll see you at the next one.